I'm gonna show you guys how to make beautiful V-shaped mega fans or Russian volume fans or just regular volume fans, depending what size you want to make them, with these mega volume 2.0 lashes. So these are super easy to fan out. They're attached at the base so you get better control with as little glue as possible to keep them very light and fluffy and make you create the best V-shaped fans the easiest way. And why do we want to do that? It's for timing. We want to save time, especially as we're newer to volume. It's almost magical how easy it is for us to accomplish our fans with these lashes, and that's why we came up with them. You can already see my fan is forming for me. I don't have to try that hard. But if I want to make it super V-shaped, I can still pinch the base either with my fingers or with another pair of tweezers if I want to get like a really narrow base. And you see, as I'm pressing, the fan is almost creating itself, so that's the beauty of it. And if I let go, it's not really gonna fall apart. So I like to throw some out from the edge so then I can use the sticky part to create my fan. If I were to grab even a little bit to create my fan, I can put it on the sticky side, gently roll my tweezers for that fan to form. So that's the beauty and magic to these lashes that I love using. Even after mastering handmade fans with any lashes you give me, I still prefer these ones just because it allows me to go much faster. And the faster I can go, the more sets I could do, the happier my clients are because they can get in and out as fast as possible, up to like an hour and a half, the most 2 hours for a nice full mega set compared to 3-4 hours. And that's like a huge selling point for you to tell your clients that they don't have to lay down for so long, because that's one thing clients actually hate doing, is laying down for over 2 hours. I feel like every time they pass the 2-hour period, they start getting jittery, antsy, and they don't want to lay down there anymore, or it almost gets in the way of their experience. So that's why these lashes are super amazing to work on your speed and not spend so much time making your fans. And again, you can choose to use these as a beginner, you can use them forever. They are super professional, super soft, super light. Anyways, I could brag about them all day long because I love them. The only downside to it in the beginning was that the little V part was more boxy, just because they are made for easy fanning. But now with these 2.0s, if you just pinch the very end even tiny bit, they fan out more and they stay in a really nice V shape. So if there's one extra that's out of the place, I can even just take that out. Okay, so look, beautiful V fan.
Beautiful.
And I could do this even without pinching or touching the eyelashes, because some people also don't like touching the eyelashes because they think it's not as sanitary with the pinching method. So these lashes literally make it possible to do this in the super easy way. Try a DD curl. Wow. Look how easy. All I'm doing is like tapping or rolling my tweezers on there.
Wow.
Pinch the base if I want a super V. Oops. And the key is to also leave this little edge off of the sticky part when you're rolling. Then grab it all together to lift it off the sticky part. And after playing with it for a little bit, you get the hang of how hard to press. And another pointer is to make sure you press pretty gently, okay? You don't want to press too hard. When you grab it, you also want to make sure your ends are together and you have a nice grip, or else it will be harder to create that fan. You see, it's already like literally forming itself. So when I have my big fan, I can grab the whole thing, gently lift it, and then I would dip it in the glue and use it. But look, this is what I mean. Like, you see the very little tip is a little bit more square. Sometimes that's what people don't like, but super easy to fix. Press it like that to create that V shape and to even fan out my fan even more. So let's say you want to do a really big mega volume fan. All I have to do is I grab more, so I grab a lot. And if we have to keep in mind, we have to make sure the client's natural lashes can handle this before we apply such a huge fan. And you see, if you pay attention, these are 0.05. These also come in 0.03, which are thinner eyelashes, so you can put more without it being too heavy for the client. So if you want the biggest, heaviest, fullest look without weighing down client's natural lashes, I would use the 0.03s. Just gently pinch the ends together. Now this part's very important too when you grab your fan once it's made. Let's say it's like kind of more harder down there, and if I grab it, you see how it falls apart? I mean, I literally just ruined that, but that's also the key to have good tweezers, that is gripping all the hairs. So when you grab it off, it's not gonna fall apart. So let's try that again. So let's make a big fan. And you see when I pick it up, I'm also kind of looking at how much I want to pick up. So I'm going to pick up about that much in between my tweezers, and I'm putting it in the middle part of my tweezers. I'm not just grabbing it with the end. I feel like that I can really see how much I'm grabbing to create my fan. And you're not supposed to really count. Let's say you want a 3D fan. I'm not going to count 1, 2, 3, especially when there's such thin eyelashes, to create 3. But I'm just going to pay attention to grab about the same thickness every time to get the same shaped size fans. And you see it's already fanning out for me, but I'm going to put it down. I'm going to gently roll my tweezers to shape my fan. And you see how fast that is compared to other lashes. I'm gonna grab it off, and you see when I grab it a little higher so I have room to dip this part in the glue. Okay, and I'm gonna dip all the parts that's together at the end in the glue, not all the way up there, unlike classic, because classic lashes I want to dip at least halfway. So these are the 0.05s. I have 0.03 here, and this is 17 millimeter. Okay, so this is huge. And they come all the way to 22 millimeters, so you can make really big, long, full fans. So when I grab it off, anytime I'm trying to create a volume fan, if I grab lashes and parts of it not aligned at the base, I always want to throw that away. I don't want to try to make that fan unless I can kind of try to put them back together to salvage it, but I wouldn't really spend too much time trying to do that because I don't want to waste time. When it comes to eyelash extensions, time is money, honestly. I work too hard. I want my money. You can lose more money with time compared to some products. So I'd rather throw away a little bit of the product but work on my speed in order to build that clientele that's going to be happy with me, okay? So again, I'm going to grab some. Look, it's in between my tweezers. Gently lift it off the strip, because also sometimes when you grab it too quickly it could fall apart too. So gently lift it off, then I can put it right down back at the sticky part to finish fanning out my fan. If I don't have too much room here, what else I could do actually is I can, like I said before, just throw some of it away to have some more room to work with. Or if you have an older strip like this one, if I have room there, I could work off of there, or you can use double-sided tape. Okay, so here we go. So I grab some, I put it down. Remember, I'm keeping that little end part off. I'm gently gonna roll my tweezers to really fan out my huge fan. And then if I want it super V-shaped, I'm just gonna give it a tiny pinch down here. When I come to grab it, gently gonna lift it so it doesn't lose its shape. But see, now I have my huge, nice, big V fan. And the goal to keep it all in place without them kind of closing up again a little bit when you let go, because these are designed to do kind of self fan. So when I let go, it can fall apart. So my goal is right when I grab my perfect fan and it's ready for me, I don't want to ever let go of it like this. I'll never let go. I want to hold it in place so then I can dip it in the glue and apply it right away. Grab, put it in between my tweezers. and I want a big fan, so that's about how many I'm getting. And look, these are 0.03, so I could get more without really weighing it down and damaging the client's lashes. I'm gonna gently roll my tweezers to create that huge fan. I'm gonna grab it, gently lift. See, I didn't press it. You can see that base is like tiny bit more boxy, and if that bothers me, honestly, a lot of times if you want to go really quick, you can't even put it like this. It's not going to damage, it's not going to change the weight of the eyelash. It just looks a little bit more boxy, okay? And you can see it a little more. If you really want the V shape, just give it a tiny little pinch before you apply it. If not, you can still use it and nothing's gonna happen. It's just gonna look a little different. But you see, now we have that nice VV shape. And then I would dip it in the glue and apply it. And again, I'm pinching this with the tweezers. If I kind of pinch it wrong or the fan kind of falls apart, I'm gonna throw that in and try again. The goal is to be very gentle with these lashes. Okay, there we go. All right, do you see how easy it is to fan them out? So almost sometimes when we try too hard and press too hard or pick up too quickly or press too hard, it loses its shape. So they're already made to make your life easier, so don't try to overwork them to create your fans. Just like a little tiny pinch at the very end if I wanted a V shape, and it's ready for me. Now when I grab it off, remember, you need good tweezers to gently lift so you grab all the hairs and not lose your V shape. Nice fan. Dip it in the glue and apply. And I love the mink lashes too. You can get like a different effect with those, but like I said, when I'm working with clients back to back to back, I want to work on my speed to be able to go as fast as possible. So I love using these. Another thing is the 2.0, the Mega Volume 2.0 right now, they're at $35, but we have to keep in mind you can do more sets with it compared to like the regular mink lashes that we have that are $15. Each row is almost designed to have 2 layers. You're getting almost a double amount of lashes, and that's how they're made to be easy fanning. Each of the rows kind of have 2 layers. If I really go like this, you'll see, and that's why also they're super dark if you look at them compared to other lashes. So you do get like good value for your money, and you can do more full sets. And in general, you use like, once you figure out how to do the fans without wasting any, you use pretty much like 2 full rows to do a full set. So you can do 1, 2, 3, there's 12 rows, so you can do 6 full sets, which you end up making your money back way quickly. Like I said, with lashes, time is money, and good quality products, if it saves you time and you get good satisfied clients, they're definitely worth it. When you guys are practicing in the beginning, don't choose a really short length or a really long length, because it is harder to work with those. Choose like a medium length to practice with. I would say like 11, 12, 13 are good lengths to practice with in the beginning, because they're easier to control. Something too short or too long, sometimes it's harder to control when you're new. So we need to build that kind of skill and motor skill with our hands in order to achieve them more easily. So practice with the short ones, set yourself up for success. And same with the curls. A lot of times like the C curls are easier to practice with at first. When the lash is too curly, it's harder to make the fans at first. So when you're starting out, practice with C curls. And I can play around with it to perfect the fan however I like it, however wide or how narrow I like it. Sometimes when you keep them like super narrow, that's a different effect too. You can get like a nice, I don't know, wet look they call it now, if you want to do a set without fully fanning them out. So if you, let's say, just grab them like that, like they're barely fanned out, you see, so you're literally just putting these bunch just like that, barely fanned out on one lash. So it almost looks like a classic set, but it's full volume because it looks fuller, then you get like a wet look. But maybe I'll do a full video on that. But little extra tip. For those of you who do like the pinching, instead of doing it with the tweezer, you can do it with your hands. So if I'm grabbing the bunch, so let's say I want to make a big fan, right? Instead of pressing with the tweezer, just like people like to do with the pinching method, I can go ahead and just gently pinch, okay? And I'm gonna get my huge V-shaped fan with that technique. So all I'm doing, and you can do these with any lashes, but these lashes just really make it super easy for you to do that and have them together. So grab, pinch. When I'm pinching, look, this one, I have one eyelash that's out of the tweezer. It's gonna get in my way, so I want to make sure to have all of it initially when I'm trying to shape my fan. What also helps is if you're kind of, as you're pinching, I'm kind of opening and closing my tweezers to see how those lashes are moving within there until I get the shape that I desire. Gently grab it, make sure I have all the lashes. Oh, there's one sticking out. Let me take that one out. Make sure I have all the lashes. Now I'm gonna pinch. As I pinch, I can open my tweezers gently to allow the lashes to kind of move. And you see I can also tilt my tweezers like this to open and close to make those fans. And there we go. I have my perfect fan. I can make it as V-shaped as I want.